Previously on the Dice Girls.
Kind of huddled in the corner is a small family of dirt-streaked, terrified-looking gnomes. I'm Ellie. This is Rixie, and that's Wimble, our son. Please don't tell anyone that we're here. We have to stay hidden.
Triggus, you were not exaggerating about your talent, my friend. We would be more than happy to have you perform as our opening act this evening at the Playhouse.
Wonderful.
And before your eyes, a small round door opens up into the side of the hill, and you suddenly find yourself standing in front of a small room in the hill, and inside this room, you see 40 to 50 gnomes. And as this door opens up, all 40 to 50 or so of these gnomes turn to look at you.
What will happen now that our adventurers have finally found the gnomes? Will Triggus make it back to town in time for his performance? And is someone going on a date? You're about to find out. With sugar and spice and a roll of the dice, you're listening to The Dice Girls.
Triggus, no!
The three of you have just walked into the gnome resistance, and 50 little pairs of eyes turn to look at you. Romulus's cheeks go red. You can tell he's embarrassed that he kind of interrupted this meeting. The blush extends all the way to the end of his pointy nose. And the gnome at the front of the room, who was speaking to the others, he looks shocked for a moment, and then very quickly his face breaks out into a wide grin, and he just says, "Meeting adjourned." And the gnomes, several of them, immediately get out of their seats and start approaching you guys. They all look really happy to see Romulus, and they're greeting you as well. They're kind of a little hesitant. They don't know you and you're strangers, but they trust Rom, and he has brought you here, so obviously there's a good reason for it.
Hello, little people. We are here. I am Triggus Garganath. I have been sent by the Broken Woman to save all of you. Please line up, and Rhakna will carry you on her massive shoulders.
Wait, what?
We must save the little people.
They look good.
They're safe here.
Are they safe?
We gotta talk about this. We gotta stop letting this happen. Rhakna is super straight-faced and super embarrassed and doesn't know what to do.
And Mara just kind of slowly facepalms.
The gnomes are really good-natured, and they just laugh. They laugh at Triggus. They think he's joking, and they're very jokey people, so they take it in good humor. And they laugh, Triggus, and they, like, you can tell that they instantly are warmed up to you. They like you a whole bunch.
That's a relief.
So the gnome who was at the front of the room finally is able to kind of make his way back. You can see that he has stopped. He's been stopped a little bit as he makes his way back to you to talk to some of the other gnomes. But he comes back to you, and he, along with everyone else, is wearing that patchwork cloak, and he comes on back and he looks at the three of you, and he says, well, hello there. Thank you so much for bringing Rom to us. It's been so long since we've seen our old friend. I'm Bilric. What's your names?
I'm Triggus Garganath.
Triggus, it's nice to meet you. And he holds out his hand to shake your hand.
Do you shake back?
Oh, yes. I shake his hand, and then I pick him up and I slowly hug him.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. He's from water. He doesn't know how we do things.
He's from water?
Bilric is laughing.
Rhakna is trying to, like, reach to grab him, but doesn't know if that's appropriate, and so doesn't quite grab him and reaches back.
And Triggus is turning away.
Triggus, no! Put the man down, Triggus.
Well, Triggus, as much as I'm enjoying this hug, I'd like to be back on the floor, please.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry about him. He's eccentric. I'm Rhakna.
Rhakna, nice to meet you. And he reaches out his hand to shake yours.
I shake his hand normally.
And you, young lady, what's your name?
My name is Mara.
Mara, nice to meet you. And he reaches out his hand.
Shake his hand.
Thanks for welcoming this group of weirdos into your secret club cave.
Well, it's called the Scuttle here. We call this our headquarters. It's called the Scuttle. And we just thank you for coming. I'm not sure why exactly Rom brought you, I can guess, but I know if he brought you here, there's a great reason for it. Bilric goes over to Romulus and they give each other a hug. Romulus speaks up and says, well, these three are actually interested in joining the gnome resistance. I'm pretty sure, right, you guys?
Yeah. Yes.
Bilric kind of looks up at Romulus knowingly and says, what about the box? And Romulus says, they passed the test. They were able to deliver the box without opening it, I think.
And I should get credit for stopping these two ladies from opening the box.
Not true.
That's not what happened. We had to stop them.
Bilric laughs. Young lady, I believe your story is probably closer to accurate. And he gives you a little wink. Well, let me take a look at you. And he starts to slowly walk around the three of you, kind of like studying you, and he's rubbing his chin a little bit and saying, and nodding to himself. And when he gets back around to the front, he says, we should all sit down somewhere and chat a little bit before we officially welcome you to the Resistance. Follow me to my office.
While we follow, I lean over to Rhakna and say, should we tell them about Ellie and Rixie and Wimble?
Oh, yeah. We should, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. They didn't want help, but
We should help them.
Yeah.
So as you guys follow him, he walks back towards the front of the room, and you can see there's a doorway. Rhakna, you have to duck your head a little bit. It's a little short for you.
It's something I've never done before. Rhakna has,
yeah. Ashley has not. No, Rhakna has to duck her head. It's a little short. You guys are right at home. You're good. And you get back into Bilric's office, and it's very unkempt and unorganized. You can see papers, parchment everywhere. There's just, it's a mess in there. There's maps laid out on the table. There's things like that. And you also see tacked up on the wall little drawings of different things clearly made by a child. And he's just got all sorts of things all over his office. And he walks around to the other side of his desk, and he has a seat, and he kind of just looks at you guys for a moment.
Your room, it exploded.
Well, it's a little hard to keep up with things. There's so many things going on with the Resistance nowadays that cleaning and organizing hasn't quite been at the top of my list. So tell me a little bit about yourselves. What can you guys offer the Gnome Resistance?
I can play the bagpipes.
That's a respected talent, dear sir.
Thank you.
But how exactly will that help us?
It will bring you great joy.
It's true. He could easily entertain everyone down here and keep them in good spirits. I know can't be easy being cooped up down here. Ragna's having a very hard time defending Triggus, but she's trying her best. But also we're all fighters.
He cocks his head and raises an eyebrow at you because clearly you're not sure about this.
Okay, well, I can speak for myself very clearly. I can fight. And I'm a paladin. I can help heal people too. A little bit.
A little. Well, we could always use healing is something we could always use more of around here. And Ashley, roll me a persuasion check, a d20.
4. Oh no! I can only add a +1 for my charisma. I don't have anything for persuasion.
All right, so 5.
Yeah, 5.
Well, healing is something we could always use more of around here. I'm not so sure how my guys would feel about a bagpipe player. Is there anything else, Triggus, that you can bring to the table that might be of use to our Resistance?
I have a tiny cage with no door. And the rope of inconvenience.
I'm sorry, the what?
The rope of inconvenience.
And what exactly is the rope of inconvenience?
It's always too short for what you need it for. The knots come undone spontaneously. It's a thing of wonder. And I have my rock.
Your rock?
Oh, no.
Yes. Would you like to smell it?
Bilric looks very confused.
You know what though? We're adventurers. That's how we got here. We could maybe we could do missions that are needed.
Yeah, Triggus does have a sword.
He does, yeah.
Oh, a sword. Now you're speaking my language. So Triggus, can you fight?
Yes, and occasionally I can hit things.
Well, that's we're pretty in need of some people. That sounds okay with me. And what about you, young lady? And he turns to Mara. What exactly can you bring to the resistance?
Well, I also have a sword, and I have a bow.
Are you good at your bow?
Yeah.
All right, and the three of you are willing to join and fight and go on missions for us? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
What makes you want to help us?
Do we tell them about Ellie and Rixie now?
Yeah, that's kind of why we're here, right?
Yeah.
It's because we met the three of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
We're here to protect Wimble.
When you say Wimble, he suddenly looks at you, and his eyes get so big, and he says, "What?
You know Ellie and Rixie and Wimble?
You know Ellie and Rixie and Wimble?
We met them. That's,
Where?
It's like Carmia Caverns.
Yeah.
Where is that?
It's in the Kainan jungle, south of here.
How long ago did you see them?
It was about a week ago, maybe a little longer.
Bilric whistles a very specific whistle. You like there's like 3 notes to it, and someone rushes into his office, and it's another gnome, and he's again wearing the patchwork cloak, and Bilric says, "These adventurers saw Ellie and Rixie and Wimble in the Carmia Caverns. Send a team immediately to go get them."
Well, wait, they didn't want to be found. I mean, I think it's right for us to tell you, but they didn't want to be found. They didn't feel safe anywhere else.
I appreciate you being willing to keep their secret. Ellie is my sister.
Aww.
They left 3 days before we got the invitation to form the resistance here in a safe place in Narstead. I sent a team out after them to try and find them, and with no success, and we've been searching for them ever since. And just to know that even a week ago they were safe, I can't tell you what that means to me. We need to go find them.
Triggus is crying because I'm crying.
The other gnome nods and immediately leaves the room. And Bilric, he takes a moment and he just kind of looks at the 3 of you and says, I can't thank you enough for that information. I can't tell you what that means to us. Even just knowing that they've made it as far as they have is probably the best news I've heard in a long time. Thank you so much. If it were just up to me personally, I would absolutely this very minute accept you into our resistance. I do need to talk to a couple of my compatriots, and I will make a very strong case for why the 3 of you should be allowed to join our ranks. I think you're going to be a very good ally to the gnomes, and I look forward to working with you. But for now, I'm going to need to have some meetings with my compatriots, and I'm going to have Rom take you back to Narstead, but I want you, the 3 of you, to report back here very early in the morning. Meet back at Rom's shop before sunup tomorrow morning. Does that sound doable to the 3 of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you have any questions before I send you on your way and start to get you guys processed for being in the resistance?
What about the little man whose head exploded?
Oh, no.
He cocks his head and looks at you. I'm sorry, say that again?
We tried to save a little man because his head was hurting and he was screaming, and we went to get the purple stuff, which is where we found Wimble, but by the time we made it back to rescue, the little man's head had already exploded.
Garrick?
Oh, and Bilric, he looks very, very sad. Garrick was a good friend. Thank you for letting me know what happened. You guys seem like you have maybe seen a lot, and I appreciate your information. Thank you so much. I will be able to tell you more information tomorrow when you come back. And he kind of looks at Romulus and nods, and Rom kind of gestures for the 3 of you to follow him as he leads you out of Bilrick's office and back towards the door of the scuttle.
Okay, on my way out, though, I turn to Bilrick before I go to leave, and I tell him I'm very sorry for your loss, and I'll bow my head with my hands up in a way that shows him that, like, he's in my prayers.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So Rom leads you back through the entrance to the scuttle. He heads back towards the tunnel entrance, which you guys didn't notice before because you were too busy looking at the wildflowers. It's in the trunk of a big oak tree. That's kind of where you came out of. And he pushes a knot in the tree when he gets there, and the door slides open. And you guys make your way back down the tunnel. When you get to the other end, he motions for you to be still for a moment. And instead of opening up to the fountain in the city square, the floor beneath you begins to rumble, and you begin to slowly descend into another tunnel down below this first one. It looks identical to the one that you just came from. It's lined with torches. It's got dirt walls on either side. It's a bit cooler than the first tunnel was, and you follow Rom down that tunnel as it gradually slopes up and up, and when you reach the end of it, he knocks 3 times on the wall at the other end of the tunnel, and you see a sliver of light as a door cracks open, and he disappears through the door.
Let's go.
Okay. All right. Yeah, your eyes take a moment to adjust to the sunlight again. You're in an empty alleyway, and you realize that you're back in the Neaths. And when you look at the door that you just came from, you can see it closing, and it looks just like part of the wall of the building that you're standing behind. And you kind of follow Rom, and next to that door, next to that false door, is his building. You realize it's his jewelry shop, and he stops in front of his door and says, "Well, you guys heard Bilrick. I will see you here very early tomorrow morning. Please be here before sunup. It's much more convenient to enter the fountain when I don't have to create a distraction. So please be here before sunup tomorrow morning, and I'll be ready for you."
Cool, we can do that.
After Rom says that to you, he disappears. He says, I need to tuck in for the afternoon. I have a lot to do, but I will see you 3 tomorrow morning." And he turns and he disappears into his shop.
Greetings, listeners. Are you looking to add more D&D fun to your lineup? Then be sure to check out Party Advantage, a D&D 5th edition play podcast featuring 2 campaigns alternating each week. In the Arius adventures, you'll set off into the land of Arius. From the ancient dragon gods that created this world to the rise and fall of various races and civilizations, this land has history that stretches far into times long forgotten. Our heroes find themselves on a journey that will take them to the busy city of gnomes, the gilded halls of the high elves, and to the deepest depths of the Underdark. Then in the Farwind saga, you'll travel with our group of anti-heroes for their suspense-filled exploits as they explore the enigmatic continent of Farwind. This is an ancient land lost to the histories of Faerun, where mystery and danger shroud the deep forest, forbidden mountains, and dark mires. Yet every risk offers tantalizing rewards to those brave enough to take them. Will these parties gain the advantage on their next encounter? Find out every Wednesday on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. See you then.
Hey guys, it's Becca, your DM here for another Dice Girl solo, and I just want to say thank you so much for listening to our show. We just have a few quick announcements today, and then we can hop right back into it. The first thing I want to tell you guys about is our Discord server. It is up and running, and we're having all sorts of crazy fun shenanigans in there. So if you want to come and chat with fans of the show, as well as all 4 of us Dice Girls, we are all in there, and the link is on our Twitter page, which is @TheDiceGirls. Check it out and come and chat with us. We're having a blast. Speaking of having a blast, I got to stream live last night, my very first one-shot on Scraticus Academy, and it was amazing. If you missed it, I believe you can still find it on their channel, which is twitch.tv/Scraticus. We want to say thank you to Zach from Beta Games for interviewing us for his podcast the other day. Subscribe to him on Twitter. He's at Beta Games HQ so that you can hear that podcast episode when it comes out, along with other great interviews with other people who are involved in the tabletop role-playing game community. Thank you so much, Zach. We had a great time. For you guys, our listeners, we have gotten you a Christmas present. We're pretty excited, but you can't open it until our next episode, which will come out on December 31st, and that's when we're going to have a pretty exciting announcement for you guys. It's going to be a little late for Christmas, but we promise that it's a good one. We're so excited, and I can't wait to tell you guys what we have planned for 2019. If you want to get us something for Christmas, tweet about our show. You can do so using the Dice Girls hashtag, because word of mouth is really the absolute best way to grow our show so that we can do more fun stuff for you guys. So yeah, make sure you tweet about us and use that hashtag, the Dice Girls. Thanks again for listening. We're going to hop right back into the show, and I'll chat with you guys again in a couple of weeks.
Okay, Triggus.
Okay, Triggus.
Yes.
We need to have a talk about everything that just happened.
Oh, about the wondrous uprising?
Yes.
Yeah.
I need you to not say anything to anyone.
Very important that you don't talk about it.
But we must tell people of our adventures.
No.
Not this one.
Not this one.
Why?
Because it's secret.
It's a secret.
They're hiding so they're safe.
Oh,
Yeah.
and if I tell people, they may not be safe?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I will keep the secret.
Yeah, just like we
Yes.
kept Wimble a secret.
Wimble.
We gotta
Yes.
keep these people a secret too.
Yes, I will protect Wimble by keeping it a secret.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and don't tell anyone that we went into the fountain or anything like that.
Pretty much everything over the past like couple hours is off limits for you to talk about.
Nothing about the
flowers,
the flowers,
the potion,
the patchwork thing.
Ah.
Flag.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
None of
Okay.
it.
Understood.
Cool. Good talk.
All right, so you guys have that talk with Triggus, and you now find yourself in the Neaths, standing outside of Romulus's jewelry shop.
Should we go to the blacksmith?
Yeah, let's go to the blacksmith.
I think Rhakna deserves a treat.
I don't know if she can afford a treat, but
We could look. We could see if there's anything. Maybe I could play the bagpipes and win you an axe.
That sounds unlikely, but I'll take my chances.
All right, so you guys go into the blacksmith shop, and this very much more meets your expectations for what you think a blacksmith should look like. You can hear tools being pounded in the back. It's warm from all of the fire that he's using to forge the different tools. And there is a very friendly looking dwarven man who hears the door open, and he greets you. Says, hello strangers. I don't believe we've met. Welcome to my shop.
Hello, my companion is in need of an axe.
What sort of axe? I've got hand axes. We've got a great axe. We have battle axes. What kind of axe would you be looking for?
Rhakna's eyes get real big. I need a one-handed axe. The badlier the better. The better.
The badlier, the better.
Yeah, there are some that are battle axes and some that aren't battle
Oh,
axes.
battly.
Yeah.
Okay.
The battlier.
Got
Yeah,
it.
the badlier the better, because I don't know what other specifications to give this man. Just pretend Rhakna said something very good sounding.
All right. Well, if you're looking for a one-handed axe, that gets rid of the great axe. That's definitely a two-handed weapon. So that leaves you with the hand axe, and it sounds like you'd be more interested in our battle axe. That one is 10 gold, and it's not a bad weapon.
Do you have any throwing weapons though?
Ooh.
I do have a variety of throwing weapons available. As far as throwing weapons, I offer daggers. You can throw the hand axe, of course. We have javelins. Light hammers are available. You've got your spears, of course. I've got spears. I also have darts if you have a blowgun, and if you don't, I have blowguns. And I also have any bows that you might need, along with whatever you might want to stock those with.
I was thinking about the javelins, though. That just sounds fun.
I think Rhakna would have fun with javelins.
I think so, too. I will buy, I think 4 is probably an okay number. Yeah, I'll buy 4.
All right, 4 javelins for the beautiful woman. And what else can I get for the 2 of you? Anything?
Rhakna blushes intensely and attempts to go for her gold pouch, but is shaking.
She's fumbling a little bit.
She drops a couple of gold pieces on the ground. She fumbles and gets her gold off the ground, but she does pay him.
Okay, yes, he takes your 2 gold pieces and winks at you.
Oh!
Will there be anything for the other 2 lovely folks?
I think Rhakna's just kind of stuck there, and she's like holding the javelins, and she's like, "Now what do I do?"
I think I'm good. Do you need anything, Triggus?
No, I don't think I do, but why don't you join us for the performance this evening? And you can escort lovely Rhakna.
No.
He looks at you, Triggus, and well, what sort of performance?
It will be a magical performance. I will be playing the bagpipes.
And where? I ask where, but is this going to be at Verstum's Playhouse?
Yes, it is.
Well, I would be honored to escort this lovely lady to the Playhouse this evening.
That is wonderful.
Would you be my guest this evening to the Playhouse?
Okay.
He looks real excited.
Rhakna's got a date.
Rhakna's still standing there holding 4 javelins in her 2 hands. Sweating profusely.
I always appreciated a woman who could know good weaponry when she saw it.
Aww.
It's good to meet you, by the way. My name's Bartholomew.
She passes the javelins into one arm and holds them so she can shake his hand.
He shakes her hand real vigorously.
It's nice meeting you. I'm Rhakna, as you already heard.
Well, Rhakna, I look forward to seeing you tonight. I'll make sure to put on my best.
Rhakna has a lovely sunflower dress.
That's
Does
right.
she?
I believe she may wear it this evening.
I would
I'm so excited.
I think Rhakna's face is as red as it can possibly get at this point.
Well, that sounds lovely. I look forward to seeing you. Shall we meet outside the Playhouse before the show?
Okay, I'll see you tonight. And she turns and looks at him and says that and smiles a little when she's on her way out the door.
He grins at you and waves.
All right, guys, are we done here?
Yes, I believe so.
I can't believe Rhakna has a date. What just happened?
I know, right? Rhakna finally finds a place to put her javelin. Okay, guys, can we go do something else somewhere else now? I can't believe that just happened. What did you just rope me into?
A date, apparently.
He found you quite attractive.
I haven't done this before.
It'll be fine. We'll help you through it.
Do you have a lot of dating experience, Triggus?
Why, yes, I do.
He's a bard, you guys. He absolutely has dating experience. He's the most charming person ever. Everyone loves him.
Okay, yeah, Rhakna's like wringing her hands a little, and she turns to Mara and says, "So you guys will help me?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry.
She's precious.
She's trying not to offend Triggus, but is like definitely only wants help from Mara. I think she's imagining like being like slimed with a fish to get this fish smell or something. Like,
Carry the rock.
I don't think you're too far off.
the fish
Yeah.
toilet.
Yeah.
I don't know perfume, clearly. Any other shops you guys want to hit? Maybe you guys can score dates too.
I already have a date. I have a date with Destiny.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good point. Do we have a place to stay tonight? Should we figure out accommodations?
Oh yeah,
maybe?
we might want to go get a room so you can change.
Yeah,
into
that
your
was
dress.
kind of what I was getting to. Now that we've promised him that I'm going to wear a dress, I have to put the dress on. I didn't think I was ever going to wear it. It's probably not in very good condition, but I'll wear it, I think. Okay.
Should we go back to Morgan and get a room?
Okay, yeah, let's go back to Morgan and get a room.
You guys head back to Round the Pub, and when you walk in the door, Morgan looks up from polishing the bar and gives you a big smile and says, "Well, did you guys manage to find Romulus?"
We did, yes.
I
I give a pointed look to Triggus.
we did.
We did meet Romulus.
And nothing happened.
Oh. Nothing. Well, okay. All right. But at least you met him.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Perfect. What can I do for your fine folks?
Well, Rhakna has a date this evening. And,
Does she? Morgan just seems pleased as punch.
It's really not that big a deal, but we need a room.
Well, absolutely. You can. We've got plenty of rooms available this evening.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 gold per night is the going rate for a room in here, and I'm happy to have you three here.
Thank you.
Morgan takes your gold pieces, and then she shows you up to your room. It's a standard tavern room. There's a couple of cots in there. This one, unlike the Rusty Spoon, has a bathroom actually in the room. It's a little fancier than what you had back in Adoran. And yeah, so she shows you up to your room.
Wonderful. I'd like to go see myself.
You go into the bathroom, and it's a bigger, more fancy mirror than the last one. It's glorious.
Hello. And I'm just spinning in circles, looking over my shoulder. You guys should see this.
Yeah, I bet that's great, Triggus. Rhakna pulls out the dress that it's stashed away in a pocket off to the side by itself, so it's not like touching everything else. And she pulls it out, and it's kind of wrinkly, but she lays it out on one of the beds and starts like trying to straighten it out a little. And she looks a little excited.
Triggus, why don't you exit the bathroom so that Rhakna can get changed into her in her lovely dress.
Yes.
All right, I go in there and change into the sunflower dress. There's a lot of clunking as I have to pull off a bunch of belts and weapons and stuff. And I step out, and I've still got my like boots on. And I go, I don't have any shoes that go with this. I hope this is okay.
I think you look great, Rhakna.
I don't feel right without my weapons. I want to put some of them back on. Yeah.
I think it would be very Rhakna to keep a belt.
Yep.
I think it would be very Rhakna to have this sunflower dress and then just weaponed up. Like
yeah. So, yep. I do that. I like that.
You look glorious.
She like straightens out the skirt a little bit. She's like, thanks. I haven't worn a dress in like a really long time. This is weird. Should I do something with my hair?
Can Mara braid Rhakna's hair?
Yes, please.
this is wonderful. And all I can think is this is what happens when you play D&D with a bunch of girls.
Okay, Rhakna realizes she's tall, and so she sits on the bed.
I feel like I should do like a cool, like a, cause you got like a side shave, right?
Yeah.
I feel like a cool, like waterfall style braid.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Wow. Do me next.
Triggus does have long hair. I like it so much I'm not even gonna make you roll dexterity for it. You just do it. You have nimble fingers, you're a rogue.
Yeah.
Make this beautiful waterfall braid.
On Triggus, I do a fishtail braid.
It's perfect! Do you tell him what it's called? Please tell him what it's called.
Triggus, this is called a fishtail braid.
Oh, that is perfect.
And I fling it over his shoulder so he can see that it looks like a fishtail.
It's a me braid.
Do you have a tail, Triggus?
A vestigial little stub, I believe.
Triggus has a stub. Okay, Triggus has a stub.
It has like a little tail on it, right? It's like a little fish tail. Like almost like somebody just glued the tail of a fish to you.
Yes.
That's what I'm imagining.
Yes, and when I'm happy it wags.
It's just constantly wagging, isn't it?
Yes, most of the time. Unless we are fighting fairy eels or angry dogs, then it goes silent.
I think Rhakna and Mara are just like rolling laughing. Mara is pretty normal for her to be rolling laughing at this point. But I think Rhakna is just like so flustered that she can't help but like laugh at this entire situation. But mostly at Triggus.